Good morning, YouTube. So you know what? I am implementing what I'm learning in nursing school this morning. You know, I am just a med tech here at my job. However, I get here and I'm thinking safety. You know, there's one of the residents that stay here. She's really sick. Just got back from the hospital. And I thought immediately, she's at risk for falling right now. And yesterday she fell 3 times. And the first thing I get here, she has a high temperature. So as a nurse, what can you do to regulate her temperature to prevent her from feeling so ill and falling and trying to get up? Hello? So that just clicked like a light bulb. So I'm feeling really good about that. I just wanted to share that. Hey YouTube, y'all really have to excuse how your girl's looking. I am looking busted. Look how I feel. I'm tired and I can't even go to sleep. I'm studying for a 3-chapter test in the morning. But I just wanted to come on because I totally forgot to give an update on week 4 of nursing school. So my week 4 started off with a test over 1 chapter. I remember week 3. My last update, I actually posted it on YouTube already. Week 3, we ended up with innate nutrition. So I did what I could do with nutrition. Nutrition was really hard for me. So we back to fundamentals of nursing, finishing that up. The first test, I ended up getting, what did I make? It's a good thing I keep on everything recorded on my grades. Okay, so I started the week 4 with the nutrition test, which ended nutrition. I made a 70 on that test. I'm telling you, I haven't made that. I made a 70 on that test, so that was my lowest score, which was the nutrition. But I'm glad that's over and done with. And then the next day we had labs. We ended up doing blood pressure, checking a pulse, the radial pulse, apical pulse, and things like that. And we also did a presentation. I'm going to include a picture. We did a presentation where I actually presented for my group showing different diets: pureed, clear liquid, full liquid diet, normal, mechanical, soft, things like that, different diets. Okay, I remember something about nutrition come through. So that was on that Tuesday. On Wednesday, I went to clinicals for the first day, which that video would have already been up on my channel by the time this one goes up. But we had clinicals that Wednesday for the first day, and it was very, very interesting. But like I said, I'm already a CNA, so it's like right now, while we're in term 1, you know, that's just CNA reflection. So term 2, that's when we really get into the nursing thought process when we're at clinicals. And then the following day, on that Thursday, I had a 3-chapter test, which brought us back to fundamentals, and I made a 90. Listen, y'all, it was on like legalities in nursing. When I tell you, that test was hard as shit, but your girl came through, pulled through with a 90. With a 90. I'm definitely going to have to make a video explaining my study habits for fundamental of nursing. I don't know if it's going to work next term, but right now it's really, really helping me with my fundamental grade. So I made a 90 on that. And then the next day, on that Friday, we had another clinical day. It was really good. It was a very good experience, my first 2 days in clinical. What's up? I believe that I am in week 6. I believe I'm in week 6, y'all. What it do, YouTube? What's up? But so we started off the week Monday. We had a 2-chapter test. Jumping back into fundamentals, and I made an 84. No, that was over 3 chapters. We had a test over 3 chapters on Monday. I made an 84 on that. It was one of them that I actually changed my answer. I'm getting a lot better, so I would have had an 86 instead. All of the ones that I got wrong, I just honestly didn't know the content. So that was my best. That was my best effort, honestly. Tuesday, we had clinicals. This week, we had clinicals Tuesday and Thursday. No. What am I talking about? Monday, we was out for Martin Luther King. Monday, we was out for Martin Luther King Day. Tuesday, I came back and took a test over 3 chapters and made it 84. Wednesday and Thursday, we did clinicals, and then today we did a lab day. So when it comes to clinicals, I don't really like clinicals as much as I thought I would, only for the simple fact that I'm already a CNA, and when you're in nursing school, before you become a nurse, in my honest opinion, you have to learn the basics. You got to learn how to be a CNA. You know what I'm saying? How to do basic care for people. So, of course, that's what the CNA training comes, handy or whatnot. And I honestly feel like the best nurses are nurses who are not afraid to get a little dirty, who doesn't feel like changing and cleaning people is beneath them, because that is the basics of nursing care. That's the basics of nursing care. You know what I'm saying? So I find it very strange when nurses feel like they are above cleaning someone. It is what it is. But as a CNA, I already know how to do a lot of the skills that we're learning this first term, but it's a lot of skills that I haven't used, like using a Sabina lift. We don't have those at the job. I've never even seen one before. I've never even heard of one before. I know the Hoyer lift. I actually thought I've seen the Sabina lift, but I didn't know that was the name of it. I've seen 2 different type of lifts. What I now know as Sabina and the Hoyer, but I thought both of them just were named the Hoyer lifts, even though they look different. Don't judge me or even ask me why, but that's just what I thought. But yeah, so that's about the only thing I take away from clinicals, is just knowing how to use the lifts and being able to use them. Learning different diets, that's another thing I know to look for, and what each diet means, what it means for their gastrointestinal system, and things like that. But anything else, making a bed, ambulating a patient, transferring from the bed to the wheelchair, bed care, peri-care, all of those things I do already at work. So I just feel like I'm in clinicals working for free. And that is really a bad, I just really had to have a talk with myself, like, why am I not liking clinicals? And I realized it's because I'm feeling like I'm doing all this work for free. Like, I'm not learning anything. I'm just using skills that I already have for free. Does that make sense? And it's really selfish. So I really had to kick my own ass, y'all, just to kind of get out the way, because it's a learning experience. And granted, don't get it twisted, I am learning a lot, because I am definitely a firm believer that you don't know it all. I'll never say I know it all as a CNA. There's a lot of skills that I do not use working as a med tech at a assisted facility. You're just not going to see that much like you would at a nursing home, which is where our clinical rotation is now, at a nursing home. So, of course, I'm learning a lot. But, those just my feelings, and they haven't gone away just yet. You feel me? Not yet. They haven't. And then today in class, it was very interesting. We did sterile gloving technique. So anytime you have like surgeries or any type of open incision that you're caring for, you're going to use sterile gloving to avoid further contaminating a patient's body. So we learned how to put on and take off sterile gloves. We spent like 15 minutes on, refreshing ourselves on doing vital signs, blood pressure, radial pulse, apical pulse, looking and checking for a brachial pulse before you check the blood pressure, knowing normal and abnormal values for respirations, pulse, blood pressure, things like that. So we just kind of refreshed on that, which is great. I love that. So that's been my week. And this week has been like it's been fast paced. Like test, clinical. That's how it's been this week. Test, clinical, test. We had a test, 2 clinical days, and another test. Sorry, I'm being repetitive, but I'm literally like, girl, we did do a lot. So I'm repeating it. I'm like, damn, we did do a lot as I'm repeating it. And then next week is, y'all pray for me, because Well, by the time y'all see this, next week been come and gone. But Monday, we have a test over 2 chapters. Tuesday, we have clinicals. Wednesday, we have a chapter, 1 chapter test, but it's over wound care. So, wound care is very, it's a specialized field, so it's a lot of information. So it's just 1 chapter on that. And then we have clinicals, and then we have a test over here. We start human anatomy next Friday. We have a test over human anatomy. 3 chapters. So it's about to be a very fast-paced week. Oh my goodness, it's going to be really fast-paced. So I'm just trucking along. This week was really good. I just felt like it just wasn't enough hours in the day, Do you know? I just felt like, it just wasn't enough time to get everything done. Get in your online grades, go do your quizzes online, get all these case studies done, write papers. We're writing nursing notes now about clinicals, how to chart as a nurse, doing CNA skills, and then preparing for a test. On top of all of that, it's just getting real. So stay tuned, you guys. See you next week. What it do, YouTube? So today marks the end of week 7. This was a really good week, but I'm just feeling really, really good. Like, today marks officially the end of fundamentals. So now we didn't knock down 2. We didn't knock down both nutrition, and now fundamentals is officially done. So I ended with a 76 overall nutrition, and I ended with a 87 overall I made a 78. I ended with a 78 overall in nutrition, and I ended with an 87 overall in fundamentals. And my average is an 82. So I'm sitting at 82 right now. I wish I could be at a high 80. If I would have did a lot better on nutrition, I wouldn't have to fight so hard. But I made a 92 today on my last fundamentals test. My last 2 fundamentals tests were both A's. I made a 90 and a 92. I made 90 and 92. My last 2 are both A's. I made 4 A's out of 9. Everything else was no less than an 80. So I did really good with fundamentals. I really, really like it. So Monday we'll be doing our first test to human anatomy. So that's good. We are moving along. Like, it feels good. It feels really good. Like, just to have everything moving. Everything is going smooth. We have now lost 2 of our cohorts. Because, you have to be at a 70 by the end of each section to continue on. So we are 2 students less. So now we're down to 22. We started with 24. But I just think it's all on timing. Like, I don't look at, failure is definitely in the eye of the beholder. Because I don't look at, like, if you say you find that the timing is just not right, and you decide to just go ahead and drop out before you fail. That's how we lost the first girl. She just had too much going on in her life. And then you have the second girl who just didn't make the cut. She tried her best, but she didn't give up. She just couldn't make the cut. Like, to me, that's not a felony. The first girl, now is not the right time. She's going to come back when she's more equipped. The second girl, she's not planning on giving up. So when we're in our 3rd or 4th semester, she might be starting back over. She could come back, Like, to me, that's not failure. Failure is only accepted when you stop trying. Like, failure is an eye of the beholder. And I look at failure very different, I'm sure, than others may look at failure. But to me, they are not failures. So my teacher said something today, like, I do really good nursing notes, but she would like for me to check on the patient. Like, because we supposed to pick one patient, we do all their vitals. If the vitals is irregular, we got to go back, tell the charge nurse who has that room, tell them to give them pain medication, and then you check or make sure they got their blood pressure medications, and you check back with them in 30 to 45 minutes, and you reassess them as you would a nurse. The only problem with that is y'all got to assign with CNAs. So we're helping the CNAs go. By the time them 30, 45 minutes gone, we're getting up 3, 4, 5 different people. She got a whole list of people she got to get up. So it's like, it's kind of hard to infuse CNA roles with the nurse role, because it's two different roles. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So that is the only thing about clinicals right now that I do not like. They want you to be paired with a CNA, do CNA duties, but think like a nurse. How, Sway? How? So that's the only thing I dislike, and I did bring that to my instructors. I did bring that to my instructor's attention, and she definitely understood where I was coming from. Because I love my instructors. Like, I couldn't ask for better instructors. I really couldn't. I love them ladies. They're great, wonderful human beings, and they have a passion to really, really spread the wealth. One of my instructors, she's retiring next year, so she's trying to push through some more nurses. And one of the nurses, one of my instructors, she started at the school I'm going to as an LPN. She graduated as an LPN from the school I'm going to back in the 80s. And now she has her bachelor's degree. And the other one has a master's degree in nursing. And they're just wonderful. They really are. But that wraps up this week. I will see you guys next week. Hey, YouTube. What's up? What's up? You know, this week was a really, really good week. I went through a lot of different emotions, though, this week. Like, seriously. These people are... When I tell you, these people are dropping like flies in my class. So, let's start with Monday. As you guys know from the previous clip, Fundamentals of Nursing ended Friday. At the end of Fundamentals of Nursing, you have to have a 70 or better to come back to class. You're out the program at that point. We lost 6 people. I came in looking like, where is everybody? Like, where is all these students? Like, they are dropping. You guys, like, nursing school is no joke. It is no joke. Like, people are dropping, okay? It's crazy. Like, we all looking around at each other like, what the hell? Everybody is leaving. Like, it's hard. It's doable, though. You got to really just put your time and your effort into your studies. Like, you just got to want it bad enough. You just have to really want it bad enough, honestly. But anywho, on another note. So, Monday was good. We started, because we were supposed to start a human anatomy test last Friday, but the previous Monday before that, something went wrong with the system in the school, so it was no class. So everything got pushed to this week. So we had 3 human anatomy tests this week. The first test was that Monday. And your girl got a 96. That was on the cells, tissues, and something else. I can't remember what the third one was on. But over a 3-chapter test, I made a 96. And then that Tuesday, we went to clinicals, and I actually was paired up with the wound care nurse of the facility. It's only one wound care nurse. And it was 3 of us total for that. 3 of us all together. And when I tell you that was the best day, that was the best day for me. Like, it was a great day. It was truly a really, really good day. Like, honestly. I was able to see so much. Like, we learned so much just picking her brain. And she's an LPN. She's been an LPN for 28 years and a wound care nurse for 20. So she specializes in the wound care, which is something that I'm definitely interested in. But seeing the different wounds and seeing the wounds that she's healed, I've learned so much interesting things. So that was that Tuesday. Really good day at clinical. Wednesday, we had another human anatomy test. It was back-to-back, you guys. Wednesday, we had a test over the muscular and skeletal system, and I made a 92 on that one, so my score went down. I made a 92 on that one. And then yesterday, Thursday, we had another human anatomy test on the digestive system. Your girl made 100, a 100 on that human anatomy test over the digestive system. So your girl made 100 on that test, okay? I am sitting at a pretty 96 in human anatomy right now. Like, I'm so proud of myself, so happy. And then today we had clinicals, which was cool. Just a really good experience. Like, it was just a really good week. You guys, like, study hard. If I have any other people who are interested in nursing school, the biggest tip that I can give you guys is drop work. If you can save before the program, do that. Me personally was not able to save, so I'm actually just finessing as I go. I dropped my whole Monday through Friday schedule. I'm only working weekends because it's just so much. You have case studies, you got papers due, clinical notes, you have tests. Like, it's literally either we are in class taking a test or we are at clinicals. Class clinicals. It's a lot. You hear me? Like, and it's back to back. And we got another test Monday. These tests are back to back. Clinicals back to back. It's either test or clinical. So my biggest thing I can tell you is save up for you some coins, or if you have to work, just work the weekends and use Monday through Friday. And instead of your ass off, look at school as a job and a second job. You got your first job to get up and go sit in the classroom, or your first job to get up on that day to go to clinicals. Your second job is to get home and study, not fiddle around. Go and study. Look at it as you working two jobs. That's how I literally work it. That's how my system is working, and I'm killing it in the human anatomy. Killing it. Like, I'm feeling so good, so positive. It's been a really good week, and I'm really happy. It's been a really good week, you guys. You know, it feels good to actually just finally be doing this. It feels really, really good to finally be doing it and getting my ish together. I will see you guys in the next video.
It gets better. It gets better. It gets better.